Is this dude serious? Fiscal conservative? Really? Santorum voted to raise the debt ceiling 5 times, doubled the size of the Department of Education, then supported the biggest entitlement expansion since the 60s. Not groovy. Santorum voted to send billions of our tax dollars to dictators in North Korea and Egypt, and even hooked Planned Parenthood up with a few $1 million. Rick Santorum, a fiscal conservative? Fake.
I'm Ron Paul, and I approve this message.
Hello and welcome, fellow lovers of liberty and freedom and reality. You have found Flashpoint Radio. I am your host, Jay-Z, coming to you recorded live on Tuesday, February 21st, Fat Tuesday for all you revelers. And if you didn't know, this is a religious holiday preceding Ash Wednesday, which is a holy day for all Christian religions. So all of you out getting drunk and think this holiday was started so you could party, wrong. Again, a good tradition of Christian heritage and Christian morals has given the secular world a reason to celebrate. You just watched an ad from Ron Paul's campaign, a new 35-second ad titled Fake, and it deals with Rick Santorum and the fact that he is fake, the fact that he voted for Title X funding, Planned Parenthood, voted to give money to North Korea and Egypt, and he is just simply not a conservative. I'm going to go right into this Ron Paul story from InfoWars, which surprised me. Headline, even defense contractors support Ron Paul for president. It states the U.S. Federal Elections Commission contribution records analyzed by Defense News reveals that Ron Paul received both the most contributions and the largest total amount of cash among Republican candidates from employees of the world's top 100 defense companies. $177,000 plus was given to Ron Paul in 2011 from a total of 824 individual contributions. That's a lot of individual contributions considering the closest person, Mitt Romney, only received 198 individual contributions, although he was very close in the dollar amount. For Ron Paul, it averaged to about $215 per person. This is all funny considering Ron Paul has been campaigning for years on stemming defense funding and shutting down foreign bases around the country, the 900 plus bases we have. You would think defense contractors would say, get him out of here. We need wars. We need to attack other places because we need jobs. Well, maybe some people, even in the Defense Department and in our military, realize that people dying is not an excuse and it's not a good trade-off for jobs. Going directly into his opponent and the topic of that ad, Rick Santorum, if you haven't seen the news that has come out in the last day, this comes from, I suppose, 2008, Rick Santorum speaking about Satan and the United States. He basically says, this is a spiritual war. The father of lies has sights on what you would think the father of lies has his sights on what you would think the father of lies would have his sights on. A good, decent, powerful, influential country. I may, again, agree with Rick Santorum's personal beliefs on this issue that there is evil coming into our country and attacking us, but I believe that evil is attacking us individually. I believe we are a nation founded by Christians, but not for Christians. I believe that our government is not supposed to spread Christianity to anywhere in the world. And if you read Romans 13, which was Adolf Hitler's favorite passage in the Bible, it basically said to do what your government says because the governments are ordained by God. The difference being our government was the first government who got its power from the people. Our rights come from God. The power of the government comes from the individual. We give the power to the government. God does not grant power to our government. Therefore, it is not holy, it is not sanctimony, and it should not be reveled and treated as it is a holy Christian tenant. It is not a tentacle of the Catholic Church or the Jewish religion. It is a government founded on individual liberty and responsibility. It is founded on the Constitution, which was the chains that bound our government from getting in our lives. Rick Santorum is very dangerous, I believe, and his mixing of church and state will bring even more real terrorist activities towards us because his stance on Islam is just so opposed to what normal people would think, because I don't honestly believe he thinks that they are human beings and that they should be allowed to live on this world. Speaking of that, headline from Reuters, Afghans vent fury over Quran burning. The U.S. apologizes. Turns out that at a base in Afghanistan, our troops decided to burn some Qurans, and the news got out and the Afghan people were rioting. Give me a break. This is Bagram Air Base, the biggest military installation in Afghanistan, and we're burning Qurans? Seriously. I don't buy this one bit. I think maybe this is a ploy to get the Afghan people up in arms and to maybe cause some reactions and cause some terrorist actions that are true. But when you cause someone to attack you, they are acting on your actions. They're not acting independent of your actions. I heard Dana Lash, a local talk show host today, say that, well, since radical Islam has killed Christians and has burned Bibles and used Bibles as toilet paper, that we shouldn't be talking about this, and the Washington Post was bad for reporting it. Why can't it both be bad? Why can't it be bad that radical Islam hates Christians? Radical Islam burns down Christian churches. Radical Islam desecrates Christians and Jews. Why can't it be bad that they do that? But why can't it also be bad that our people, in the name of our country, are doing things like burning people's sacred documents? Give me a break. Both sides can be bad. Just because they're bad people doesn't make us good people. It doesn't make us good people. The good things that our founders did doesn't make us good. Doesn't mean our government is good. Because our troops in World War II were noble and fighting good wars doesn't mean our troops today are the same. They're individuals and should be treated as such. I just get really upset that we go at these religious arguments about how Islam is so dangerous to everyone. They worship the same God that I do. They may split when it comes to the Savior and his prophets, but the same God, capital G, God creator, is the same God that the Jews and Christians worship. Same God. They believe in Abraham, just as we do. So maybe if we could just not kill them first, they would be able to listen to us and we could possibly live in some semblance of peace on this country. But no, we all have to have this groupthink where Americans have to be in lockstep when we attack somebody and we kill somebody. Did you even know that in 1988, the United States attacked Iran's navy and killed over 50 people when one U.S. soldier had not been harmed, and it was the largest naval battle since World War II? Did you even know that? Did Iran retaliate? No, they didn't. We probably wanted them to because we wanted to instigate more wars so we could pay off our military contractors and put our people in a state of fear so the government can do whatever they want. It drives me crazy when we attack Islam and when we attack brown people and when we attack terrorists, when our country does the same damn thing. And damn it, our country is not beyond sin. No human being is beyond sin. We are all capable and we all do sin. Therefore, our leaders could be acting in a way that doesn't necessarily represent what we believe in. They could be acting in an evil way, in a way that benefits their friends and not the people of the United States. Maybe it benefits the elite. Who knows? Ask these questions. Check out the links below in the description. And we're going to go back to Rick Santorum on another topic of his hypocrisy. Rick Santorum, this comes to us from Wall Street Journal. Headline, Santorum questions prenatal test coverage. He said, quote, a lot of prenatal tests are done to identify deformities in utero, and the customary procedure is to encourage abortions. It's funny, check the link below, Rick Santorum and his wife, and I don't want to bring personal lives into this, but he's talking about something that happened in his life, and he isn't bringing up his personal experience. Him and his wife had a child who had a deformity. It was picked up on an ultrasound. They decided, instead of letting it go to term, they decided to have an invasive in utero surgery. I'm sorry, Rick Santorum, but to me, performing surgery in utero or performing an abortion are the same thing. You're still going against God's will. If it was God's will to give you that child as it was, why can you not love it as it is? and if it dies, it dies, and God still loved that child. But no, you have to attack these people while you do nearly the same thing. You're still getting inside a womb and checking it out before it comes out to make sure it's healthy. Well, love it regardless of if it's healthy or if it's disabled. That's what we should be doing. We should be holding up the sanctity of life. That is what Ron Paul does. OBGYN, over 4,000 babies delivered. And he believes that life begins at conception. Just as every other conservative person does. Except for Rick Santorum, maybe, and Mitt Romney, maybe. You never know because they say different things during different elections. Do you get it yet? These people will tell you anything to get you to pull the lever, and then once the lever's pulled, they're not what they said they were. George W. Bush is Bill Clinton. Barack Obama is George W. Bush, and Mitt Romney will be Barack Obama. Do you not get it through your head? We need a change. We need to veer off in another direction, and possibly in the direction where our country came from. Maybe if we turn the ship around and go back to its founding, i.e. the Constitution and Declaration of Independence, in its totality, not when you pick and choose which parts might benefit you and your party and your money powers. I mean, give me a break. I want someone who will follow the Constitution to the letter every time. Rick Santorum will not and has not done that, and neither has Mitt Romney, Newt Gingrich, any other conservative, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, none of them. None of them, none of them, none of them. So get off your high horse thinking your candidate believes in you and believes that he's out there to help you. He doesn't care about you. He cares about being president. He cares about the presidency. He cares about the power. I believe that Ron Paul doesn't. Ron Paul is here to turn you into lovers of liberty. He's here to make you believe as he believes, to see the world as he sees it, not to fall in love with him and bow at his presence. He wants you to love liberty and the Constitution as much as he does. If you're supporting him without studying what he believes in, then you're not doing him justice. Thank you for watching Flashpoint Radio. I will be back again sometime soon. Tune in, follow me, Twitter at Flashpoint Radio, Facebook.com/Flashpoint Radio. Subscribe to my YouTube feed, get the inbox filled with new episodes, and God bless. Keep your eyes to the sky.